Now this is the Steelbook edition of the Ultimate Bourne collection, all 3 movies, a nice little joint pack. Matt Damon scores as Jason Bourne. Really fantastic little set, really happy with it. As I said in the previous video, it has got scratches on it, which I didn't realise when I picked it up at HMV, but you know, I'm going to have to live with it, to be honest. But the rest of it's in good condition, so I'm happy about that. Really looking good, really looking set, really good looking casing and artwork and stuff, and looks beautiful. Stuff. I like all 3 movies, they're really fantastic, really enjoyable, and sets a different tone completely from action movies. You know, it's got a real more, the fight scenes are more interesting, the more kind of realistic and kind of counters and you know, objects and kind of realistic thinking on the time, and it's got a different feel to most action movies have, and it kind of sets the bar to a whole new level. That's what I like about it, and I think a lot of other movies are trying to be like that now. I'm looking forward to the Bourne Legacy. I think that's going to be really, really good also. I'm not disappointed that I think Universal didn't want the director, because the entire trilogy is done by Matt Damon, of course, the director himself, did all 3 movies. They were going to do a 4th one with both of them back in it, but I think they had arguments. They didn't want him back as the director, which is stupid. But since the directors ain't coming back, Matt Damon ain't coming back either. So that's the agreement upon it. So maybe when they do maybe a couple of movies with the new guy, and maybe Matt Damon will come back and maybe have a bit of a face-off between those 2 characters. I think that'd be really fantastic and really interesting. Looking forward to seeing what they do. Next we have Shooter. Again from the director of Training Day, so you know, popular director, popular producer as well. Really fantastic stuff. I think it was actually a really, really good movie. I think it was really underrated. A lot of people did not like it, and I was trying to think why. This is great. He plays a sniper character, a proper kind of sniper who's from the military, and he basically got betrayed and left for dead. And he did survive it, but his friend obviously got killed, and he doesn't trust the government. He doesn't. You know, he kind of just keeps to himself, and he doesn't trust anyone. It is a very bitter kind of view now, and he's brought back by Danny Glover. They say there's going to be a sniper attempt on the president, and basically they kind of betray him, and they kind of set him up as the sniper, and you kind of find out the reasons why they do that, and they find the reasons why he's on the run. You find out more about his character, and just the things around it, and just the politics behind it as well. I think it's really fantastic, and he's really, the snipering is really fantastic, and I love the whole action sequences and the whole idea behind it, and the political side about it as well, and just, you know, what they're trying to cover up. It's great. Danny Glover's a bit of a baddie in that one as well. He's really fantastic, and the action scenes are done fantastically well, and I recommend this movie. It's a good action movie. It's got some really good action scenes, and it's a bit of a chase movie for a little bit as well. So yeah, Training Day, fantastic, good stuff. Next we have The Long Kiss Goodnight, Samuel Jackson. Again, another fantastic 90s movie. I watched this ever since I was a young kid. Absolutely love it. It's really fantastic, really convention breaking in the sense of lead action heroes kind of thing. Gina Davis plays a person who has amnesia. She wakes up and doesn't know who she is. She for a good 10 years of her life, she doesn't know who her true identity is, where she's performing or not, and she's made a new life for herself, and she starts to remember who she truly is. And she comes back as this badass CIA agent kind of thing, and she's kind of like torn between these 2 personalities. And that's what I like about it, because she's trying to find her true roots and who she really was, and she's caught up in a whole kind of conspiracy. And I really like that. It is very, very good. It's got that Mission Impossible / True Life / you know, speed type feel to it kind of thing. Yeah, a mixture of movies. Really fantastic. You know, really funny, really good action scenes, really good conspiracy, great action movie stuff, and really great. I really enjoyed it from start to finish. I mean, it's a blast to watch through, and really great script as well. Really great screenwriter who did it. So yeah, The Long Kiss Goodnight, absolutely fantastic. I'd love to get the Blu-ray. I think Blu-ray would be really good quality, and be good to watch. This is actually took me a long time to get this. It's actually really, really rare. It was hard to get there at the time. I think it's a little more easier now, because I think it's going to be a bit more popular. They've re-released it on Blu-ray and DVD, so I think it's a bit more popular. So I'd love to get it on Blu-ray. It'd be really fantastic. But I recommend Long Kiss Goodnight. Really great movie. Next we have Angelina Jolie in Salt. I like this movie, to be honest. A lot of people again didn't like it and they didn't think it worked, and I can understand that. So that's fair play. Everyone has their opinions, but for me, I think it was a good thriller movie. It was a fun action. Angelina Jolie was great. The action scenes were great. That Bourne type style to it, the action scenes and realistic fight scenes type style. And it was an overall enjoyable movie. I had no problem with it. I think the only thing disappointing was probably maybe the storyline could have been a little bit better. It was a bit out there, I suppose, but you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. I enjoyed it. Now, this edition comes with 3 different versions. It has the theatrical, it has the director's cut, and it has the extended version. Now, the theatrical is the edited crap version shown at the cinemas, which no one liked. The director's cut is much better. It has all the violence and more action scenes, more character developments put back in, more flashbacks put back in, and it's got a better ending as well. The extended version I think is bullshit. I don't like it. It basically has all the violence and flashbacks and stuff, but just has a couple of scenes taken away or just changed in certain ways, which add a different feel to it overall. But I don't know. I think for me, it does work. I do like it. I think the director's cut's fantastic. I like the fact you get 3 different versions of this one standard disc. I think it's really great, and yeah, for an enjoyable action movie with some really interesting scenes and some kind of a standard kind of kind of action movie, it's good. I'm sure it's good. Next we have Total Recall, the Special Edition on Sportswear. Now, I suppose this could be more the sci-fi section, but it feels more like a thriller to me. Now, I categorise movies in terms of storyline and genre. I think this is more of a thriller than it's a sci-fi. It's got sci-fi elements, but for me, it's an overall chase. It's an overall kind of who are you identity type movie, and so who are you kind of personally type wise. And I really enjoy that. That's why I like it putting the thrillers, to be honest. Total Recall, absolutely fantastic. Same director as Basic Instinct and Starship Troopers. That's the director. Same writer as Blade Runner and The Imposters and Screamers and all sorts of other movies. It is based upon a novel. Arnold Schwarzenegger is absolutely fantastic in this movie. Total Recall, I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It is really fantastic. It is an 80s classic. Arnold Schwarzenegger at his best. Really funny, really great action scenes, really great ideas, sci-fi stuff, really fantastic. I like the ideas behind it. I like the how they did the prosthetic work and stuff. The extras are really fantastic as well. The whole goes into the making of it, the actual prosthetic work, the actual looking back upon it now kind of thing, trailers and artwork and concept art and stuff. Really fantastic stuff. I really enjoyed this, and it's a marker within the sci-fi genre, definitely, and it shows if you can do one really well. Now they are playing, of course, a remake with Colin Farrell, which I don't know, I'm a bit iffy upon. I think it's wrong to do a remake of Total Recall. I think why do a remake? You don't need one, but government, these companies just have nothing better to do but just remake the same kind of bullshit over and over again. So yeah, I think for me the original will always be the best, no matter what the remake is. I think the remake doesn't look that good, to be honest. I think it's going to fail the actual box office. But I don't know. I'll give it a watch, see what I think about it, and compare. It's a lot of crap, and I have something to take the piss out of. Well, no. Next we have Executive Decision. We have Kurt Russell, really good movie. I'm not going to say too much about this. It's basically a simple kind of terrorists taking over a plane, and they're going to obviously drop this plane with a load. It's got like explosives and stuff on board it as well. So they're going to hit a certain place within the grid somewhere, and they want certain members of their kind of group to be released from prison and set free. Otherwise, there's basically a bunch of people on this airplane are going to be killed along with a lot of other people, because it's got basically like a really nasty kind of weapon on board. And basically, this team, including Kurt Russell and a couple of others, have to stealthily board the plane and try and disarm this bomb and try and neutralize all these terrorists. And it's a really fantastic kind of movie. It goes from there. It's really fast paced. It's really kind of intense. It's really good action stuff. Kurt Russell's really fantastic, and it's got some really good scenes as well in it. And overall, really fantastic movie. It's got some really good prosthetic work and stuff. I recommend it. I think it's from the same director. It's from the same editor as Lethal Weapon, but it's still pretty good, in fairness. It's got that same kind of fast-paced kind of style, like Speed, you know, and Broken Arrow type thing. So, see what you think if you're interested in that type of movie. Next we have Air Force One. Gary Oldman, Harrison Ford. What more can I say? Really fantastic. Harrison Ford's fantastic. Him as president, I think he's just great, and it's just I love the fact that he kind of, you know, Russian terrorists kind of take a hostage the plane and type of want to kidnap the president and use him to release again another type of prisoner. And Harrison Ford, being ex-military trained, he kind of takes out some of the bad guys one by one. He tries to save everyone he can, and it's really fantastic. I think it works really, really well. And I really like the tense stuff and the drama and the action scenes great. And he really kicks ass in this movie. That's what I like about it. It works really, really well. Good stuff. Gary Oldman plays a really great Russian as well. It's good stuff. Good stuff. So next, some of the movies on top, which I've got. We have Mindhunters. This is a movie I recently picked up for like £2. Good movie. This is belongs in the more psychological cat and mouse type. It's got like a cat and mouse type feel, but it's got a serial killer. Basically, there's a serial killer on the loose, and it's got 7 professional FBI profilers. And basically, this serial killer is basically playing a game between all of them. It's basically taking all their strengths and weaknesses and using them against them, you know, and it's messing with each one of them. And it's like they come in a situation and they have to really think hard what they can do, and they have to know their weaknesses, know the kind of strengths, and they kind of all read each other in a sense of like, you know, they're all trying to outbeat each other and all trying to like say, oh, I'm the best, you know, you're the best kind of thing. And the serial killer's messing with them and using them to their advantage, and it works really well. I really enjoyed Mindhunters. It's got some really surprising deaths. It's got some really great characters, and it's got a good twist. I think I saw it coming as I was watching. I think, yeah, I know how this is going to lead now. I knew it's going to lead, but nonetheless, still enjoyable. Still some really good fight scenes, some really good death scenes, some surprising death scenes, which I think a lot of you, if you give it a watch, you would not expect to see coming. And yeah, it's got that kind of psychological elements, but it's not violent or anything along those lines. I think there's not really that much violence in it, to be honest. I think it's got some kind of dark scenes, you know, really dark kind of deaths. There's some pretty nasty deaths in it, but I wouldn't say massively violent or anything along those lines. It's a 15, so you know. So yeah, if you watch Mindhunters, really happy to have this in my collection. Give it a watch, see what you think. Next we have The Expendables. It is what it is. This is a nostalgic type movie. They've got all these huge kind of 80s, 90s, whatever, you know, B movie actors, A movie actors kind of thing. You know, Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, all these massive kind of big action actors come together, of course, to make one big movie, The Expendables. And it's such a really clever idea, such a really smart idea for Sylvester Stallone to do that, and I think it does work. I remember watching the cinemas and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly loved it, and even though the storyline is naff, I think the action scenes and the actual characters alone, all in one movie, makes more than makes up for the actual, you know, the actual idea of that part of it. And I think it does work, and I think it is what it is. At the end of the day, if you don't like the movie, then I'm not going to hold it against you. In all fairness, it is over the top action movie. It is that type of thing. It's going back to that type of time of 80s, 90s action movies, you know, and it does work, and I do really love it, and I think it's really fun. I'm looking forward to the extended director's cut edition, which is coming out in I think a couple months' time on Blu-ray. I am really looking forward to that edition. That's got 10 minutes of extra footage. Apparently it's meant to be better, more action scenes, more violence, more character development, more storyline. It makes the storyline overall better. And 10 minutes is usually pretty good for a director's cut, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the changes are and getting on a Blu-ray as well. I think that'll be better for picture quality wise as well. So yeah, this one's looking forward to the second one as well. I've seen the trailer for that, looks really good, and I think I'll be watching that as well at cinemas. So yeah, The Expendables. Next we have Arnold Schwarzenegger's Razor. Another good movie, kind of simple idea. You know, he plays a guy who races people for a living. He basically goes into certain people's lives, and he basically fakes their deaths or something along those lines, and he basically, you know, gives them new lives, new identities, and new, you know, kind of careers and stuff. And that's who he is. That's his job, and he gets caught up in a bigger kind of conspiracy against him, and he has to go kind of on the run. He has to, you know, find out what's going on, what's really happening here, and why has he been betrayed and by a friend and all that stuff. And I think it's really, really great, and it's got some really good action scenes, really good ideas about it, and a lot of futuristic weapons and stuff. And the only thing I'm disappointed by, it is a really edited version. There is an original version which I have not seen, but my uncle and my dad have seen, which is going to be a lot more violent, a lot more better, you know, than this version is. And it's never been released anywhere. I think it's only been released ages back on TV. On I think some of the original TV, it was only released then, and that is it. It's never been released since then. That full version, I think, is deleted, gone, never going to happen. I think they have re-released it on Blu-ray in America, not on UK though. And I think it still is the edited version. So I think that long lost full version is long gone, and it's never going to touch the day of light kind of thing. But it's a shame. But still enjoyable movie overall. So yeah, Eraser, a movie straight after kind of Taken. Everyone thinking it was going to be Taken, which it turned out to be not, of course. I would like Unknown. I think it was a good movie. I like the ideas about it. I like the twist. I like the action scenes and stuff. I think it works. It's not amazing or anything. It's nothing massively special, but I think the characters work, the action scenes work, and I think like Leslie Nielsen, I think he's just badass and he's just cool. And of course, he's got a leather jacket there, so I don't have a problem with it myself. So good stuff. Next, we have Vantage Point with this nice sleeper. Actually, a really good movie. I actually really enjoyed it. It's got a really great cast. Situation, point of view type movie. That's what I quite like about it. It's from different angles and different perspectives, and you know, it's all set within one event. You know, it's set within a couple of hours after this president's been shot, and it's basically certain individuals. You know, the security guys, the actual civilians, and certain camera crews have seen it and picked up certain things, and you know, it's links all together beautifully, and it just, you know, makes it all into kind of one movie, and it works really, really well. I've actually really enjoyed this conspiracy type of thriller. It's really fantastic and really gripping from start to finish. I had no problem with it in the slightest, and I like the overall kind of finish to it. Yeah, it's good stuff. Vantage Point. I recommend it. It's got some good ideas behind it as well, and yeah, it's a blast type movie. It's not for everyone. I think some people might be off-putting because it's from different points of view and just replaying some of the same stuff. But yeah, I think it's a good movie, in all fairness. So yeah, Vantage Point. Next we have Snake Eyes. This is Nicolas Cage and characters. A kind of a similar idea to kind of Vantage Point. The idea of like point of views and you know, interpretations and you know, how you tell the story, and just you go from that kind of perspective, and basically this person has been killed, like a boxing match, and it's basically basically how you see it and how you interpret it. Like so it's called Snake Eyes. You know, how do you see a certain scene, or how do you portray or tell a certain bit, and that's what I like about it. It's got some interesting ideas, and this hidden reveals and hidden clues and stuff within it, and a bit of a conspiracy type story later on in it, and he kind of looks back upon things he saw, and he, you know, says, wait a minute, that happened, and this must have happened kind of thing, and it goes really interesting at the end, and it's got some really good commentations and some good twists and stuff. So I recommend Snake Eyes. It's a really enjoyable watch, and it's one of Nicolas Cage's one of the best, you know, for kind of thriller type movies. Number one, we have Angels and Demons, Tom Hanks. Really fantastic movie, much better than the Da Vinci Code. A bit more of a chase movie, a bit more of a kind of a time movie as well. Like certain things are taking place, and the Illuminati are back, and they're kind of kidnapping priests and burning them and sending messages and doing certain kind of rituals and stuff. And this movie works really well, and I think Tom Hanks is really fantastic, and he plays the same character as he does in Da Vinci Code, but just a bit more Pacific, and it's a bit more action-packed orientated, and there's a bit more It's got a really interesting kind of religion-based storyline upon it as well, and there's some really good action scenes and some interesting kind of car chases and stuff. It's really good, really good. I really enjoyed this, and I think it stays true to the location. I mean, watching the extras, they talk about they actually filmed in Rome, and talk about certain scenes and like how they filmed it and how they want to stay true, and talk about the actual book series as well, based upon the book. And that's what I like about it. It's such a really interesting watch from start to finish, and I would really love to read the book as well. I think it'd be really fantastic, and I was really surprised. This took me a long time to actually watch, but when I actually watched it, I fully enjoyed it. So yeah, looking forward to the third movie. I think the third movie will be really fantastic. The Lost Symbol, I think that'd be pretty good. I looked at the Blu-ray version, get the extended cut edition, with all the extra violence back in, and of course lots of new extras. So yeah, Angels and Demons is of course taken Leslie Nielsen Harder Hit edition. I think a really enjoyable movie, really entertaining movie, some great quotes, great dialogue. I think everyone knows this movie by now. When I first watched it, I didn't like it, only because I watched a theatrical version, which for me wasn't violent. It didn't make as much sense with the storyline, and it didn't feel badass or anything. Watch the Harder Hit edition, extended version, which is an 18. Everything that I didn't like about it was put back in. They explained the storyline more. The storyline was more focused, a bit more clearer, and they put certain things back in, which made a lot more sense. The violence was put back in, the actual blood splays and the close combat kind of knife situations, and the swearing's back in. Some of the kind of the themes are back in as well. The torture scenes are back in. It's just everything is better in this version. It's a proper Harder Hit edition, and it's amazing how big the film is, considering it was a flop at the box office. And Leslie Nielsen said himself in the actual extras, they said he think this movie would have just been straight to DVD. You know, everyone would have forgot about it, and he didn't think this would be good at all. And he liked the project, but he didn't think it would be as big as everyone thought it would be. So obviously, it turns out he was very, very wrong, and yeah, it delivered massively, and I really enjoyed Taken. I think it's so funny, and in terms of how people have looked upon it, and yeah, it's really fantastic. And one thing I do like about it as well, Leslie Nielsen is just unbelievably badass, and there's so many great quotes, and it just plays upon good action movies, and he really takes down bad guys really, really well. They did recently. There's been a Family Guy kind of parody type episode, which is a recent episode, which they basically took the piss out of Taken for an entire episode, recreated some of the same scenes, and did Peter and Stu and all that stuff. Really funny, really fantastic, and I recommend you go and check that out if you like that. They're doing a Taken 2 this year, which I don't know. I'm really skeptical about. I think Taken 2 is completely unnecessary. You don't really need another one. But from what I've been reading, the storyline, basically he gets kidnapped by one of the people he killed in this movie, and it goes from there, kind of thing. So it could be good, I suppose, if they do it right, if the script's good and the action scenes are good. I don't know. It depends, really. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But the Taken 2, could be good, could be bad, kind of thing. But Taken 1 will always be good and have a special place in my heart. So that is it for this shelf of my thriller type movies, from spies to kind of action movies to kind of dark kind of mob type movies. I do have other thriller type movies and vigilante type things as well in other shelves, which I haven't got to showing yet. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the video anyway, and having an interesting look. And yeah, please post a comment down below and see what you think. Let me know what you like about these movies, and if there's any you'd like to know more about specifically, then I'm more happy to answer and have a discussion about it. So yeah, this is been yet again another shelf collection, DVD and Blu-ray / collection update. I hope you enjoyed watching, and for now, cheerio.